All right, gang, we just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, but first we want to roll the video. And if you want to join us, we'll catch you at the end. I'm full of enthusiasm today. We've got one of the local friends that we've made around here. He's dropping off a boar today, quite a big saddleback boar for our girls. And if you want to come down, we'll have a bit of a look at some of the preparations we've made. We don't, on the property, we don't really have a loading and offloading ramp for pigs yet. We sort of improvised as best we could. We'll go and have a look. So here it is. So this is our hugel bed, and we did have it nicely mounded up before, but I've come in with the front end loader and just dragged everything down into a into a ramp. So the plan of action so far that we've devised is to bring a ute in, like a Land Cruiser, come in back up against the side, so we can drop the tailgate down, then the boar can sort of step off. And then he has like a gradual ramp to walk down. They don't really like going down anything much steeper than about 30 degrees. So that's a wooden platform. With a dirt platform, they can handle quite a bit more, so they can sort of squadge their way down. In anticipation of a much taller pig arriving, and our plan was always to sort of raise the height of the fences to handle goats in the future, we put in these lower lines over here, but recently I popped in a taller line. So we started with these two lines here, okay, these electrified lines, and this line that I've just got here wasn't initially in. When our pigs first got here, they were only about that tall, all right, and I really needed something to stop them from burrowing, and that was about eye height. Everything's getting a bit taller, and our boar that's coming is quite a bit bigger, so I did put a top line in here.
It's a bit hectic, isn't it? A little small.
Huge, isn't it, Jimmy? Need a help?
Our friend Toby is a local pig farmer who kindly offered to loan us Jimmy, a Wessex saddleback crossed boar, to service our remaining sows. Being a 290 kilogram boar, there was no way to physically force him out of the tray he was delivered in. So we started trying to entice him out.
Your boyfriend's here.
It turned out food wasn't enough to tempt him, so we raised the fence and sent in the girls as a lure.
Oh, look at that. He's like, ooh, I'm motivated now. Look at him coming up with the apples to greedy sows. He's really got those saddleback ears hanging over his eyes.
Yeah, he's a good example. And he's got the
There you go. He's really similar to our copper, like the one at the back there. They've got a similar face.
Yeah.
And the big ears.
Come on, Jimmy. Oh, they've eaten all your apples, mate.
Oh, here comes Lardo.
Probably go in one.
You can do it, Jimmy.
Oh, he just wants to check.
He's trying to get out. He really is.
Right.
Come on, Jimmy.
Oh, mate, come on.
Still unsuccessful, we moved the car and pushed the tray further into the side of the mound, so it wasn't such a big step out for little Jimmy. With what looked like a bit of expressed interest in our sows, and with the tray heating up considerably in the midday sun, we left the camera fixed on the car and went up for a cup of tea, figuring Jimmy would eventually, hopefully, come out in his own time. One small step for a pig, and a big step towards our own piglets at the ranch in autumn. We had full view of the exit from the balcony of the house, and a round of applause was had while we all finished our cups of tea.
That's one way to get Jimmy acquainted with them all.
Yeah. Wallow party. Water trough party.
Welcome, Big Jim. No biting.
Well, we didn't have to wait long until Jimmy got acquainted with our sows. We had friends visiting when Jimmy put on this show for us one evening right in front of the veranda. And now both we, and maybe you, can tick pig copulation off our lists of never seen befores. In October, Troy plumbed the 4,500 litre water tank that was unused to the shed on top of the property. 2 days of spring rain filled the tank completely, with some spillover into the 1,000 litre IBC we'd set up alongside. With plans to visit my family up in Perth and to spend a few days away from the farm over Christmas and New Year's, we wanted the chickens and the goats to have unlimited water available through self-filling troughs gravity fed from this tank. We also wanted to plumb water to the main shed and to a tap to the nearby fenced area for watering the pigs whenever they are on rotation here, or for running any drip irrigation if we decide to plant something after the pigs this summer.
Oh, that's easier though.
Yeah.
It's been one of those 4 seasons in one day
Yeah.
sort of deals, hasn't it?
I did have a t-shirt on earlier. Here you go.
Troy explains in more detail how to use and how he made this wire crimping tool in last week's video. The wire tool is chaptered on last week's video, so I've put a link on the screen now if you want to check it out.
Yeah. Oh my god. What's happening, puppy? You want to go for a walk?
She did, like when I walked out the door, she went straight to the
Oh, yeah.
driveway.
I don't think she understands that we can't always just like
Take her for a walk.
be on jet time. It's very plaintive. Hello little guys. I know, it's scary, I'm sorry. Oh, they're about the softest thing you've ever touched.
Oh my gosh.
So there we go, Jet's been introduced to our new guinea fowl. We've just we woke up this morning and we found them in the incubator here. They're about as cute as you can see. So we've pulled them out, and there was also one extra egg, and he or she hadn't hatched yet. He was just poking out at the world. No. it was just poking its beak out at the world. When we went to bed, there was just one egg, and Pasky had a look at it and said the same thing. It was just sort of peeking out through the hole. And we came in this morning to find 4 of them out. One egg unhatched, and one of them just being a little bit slow at it. So we've left a single egg just to incubate by itself, and the reason why we didn't leave everyone together is I want to get some food and water into these guys. If they don't get food within 24 hours, that's lethal to Keets. And a Keet is of course a baby guinea fowl. So some people will be like, what the hell do you want guinea fowl for? And I know they're noisy, and we're hoping that we can train them to come back home instead of just immediately just going rogue. But sometimes ticks, and especially here in Australia, we have things called march flies, which are blood-sucking big flies. People are like, of course you've got massive blood-sucking flies in Australia, but they're sort of all over the world. So people have told us that guinea fowl are good for those sort of things as well. We saw a couple of ticks on our goats, and we saw a couple a while ago on our pigs. We haven't seen them again. The chickens have been roaming around with them. But guinea fowl are pretty good things, you know, so they clean up your pests. They announce when there's something wrong on the farm as well. If a fox shows up, we don't really mind when people show up. Pasky's auntie was so kind to send us a couple of fertilised guinea fowl eggs. I say kind because she would have really had to scrounge around and search high and low for them. Oh, Jed, what's the matter? Yeah, so we got a dozen, I think. We candled them. It was a dark room. We didn't film it. Next time we candle some eggs, we might actually show you, because it's quite an interesting thing to do. We got rid of the non-viable ones, and this is our result. So we're really happy to have yet more animals on the Ramshackle Ranch. It's getting more ramshackle by the day.
After Jude's birth 3 weeks prior, we had reason to believe, but no easy way to confirm, that our Dottie might be pregnant too. When Jude's son Hugo was born, I felt pretty helpless while she was in labour. I'd been doing some reading about kidding dairy goats and had come across many articles that gave helpful information on assisting your goat with delivery. We were incredibly fortunate that Jude's birth went smoothly, with no hiccups, even though she had to go through several rounds of strong contractions, and Hugo was an incredibly large baby. So when Dottie did go into surprise labour, I felt a bit more prepared. Being a smaller goat than Jude, I did not want to risk her health or the health of her unborn kids, so I was more prepared this time to assist with the birthing process. Once Dottie started really pushing, and I could see the first hoof, I made sure that it looked like the baby was in a dive position. Looks like it's going to be diving. Oh, I need to put the bag under her. This happened so fast. As she was pushing, I pulled at the first hoof until I could see the second hoof. The second leg was a bit bent, so when she pushed, I pulled on that second hoof. Oh, I can see the lips. Do it. There were only a few pushes after that, and her little baby was born. Once the head was out, and she started crying, I could breathe a sigh of relief. It's breathing. Oh, it's crying! I had plenty of paper towel this time to help clean her little baby up before placing her on a puppy training pad next to her mum. Old feed bags were really useful for collecting all the goop out of Dottie's backside. This was a trick I learned from goat lover Molly Nolte on the Fiasco Farm website. I found this a really invaluable resource, and I've put a link to her website in the description below if you're interested. As you can see, Dottie's motherly instincts have already kicked in, and she had started cleaning up the baby.
Well done, Dottie. Time to give her some milk. She's up! Oh, she's up. Okay, we better get her to the teat. Come on, Dottie.
It's really important that the kid gets colostrum in its first hour of birth, so here I am trying to get the little girl to suckle. We decided to call Dottie's little girl Mabel.
I think you did a really good job there, Pasky, pulling all the stuff off so there's just a minimum clean up for the
Yeah.
pond. That saved a heap of time.
Good girl. Don't get too close.
Here I am preparing a jar of iodine to dip Mabel's umbilical cord in to prevent infection.
Good little girl. Good little girl. Good work, Mabel.
The word's got around. Alright, who has the frankincense and who has the myrrh? Bit of a tearjerker at the end, Pascal?
Yeah, another special birth on the ranch.
Let me get rid of this cat out of my lap if I possibly can. So everyone that's still with us, thank you so much. And leading up to Christmas, people have been, sending out their best wishes. So we just want to send those back to you. We hope that everyone out there has just the best Christmas, whether that's with friends or with family. We just hope it's just a really great Christmas for you. It looks like we're going to have one with family and obviously surrounded by animals.
Yes, definitely.
And I also just want to thank everyone that's stuck with us on Patreon, and there's people that have been sending money by donation and things like that.
Yep.
Thank you as well so much for that. It was a real...
It's been a big change for us, and...
Yeah, it's been a big change for everybody, a big
Yeah.
change of direction for us. Some people left and we expected that, but...
And understand it as well.
We understand it.
Yeah.
It was a big 180 change. What we didn't expect was so many of you to stay with us. So it's really heartwarming, and we just want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
So that's really great. All of our patrons, obviously we couldn't do this without you. We are entirely funded by our viewers. We don't do advertising, we don't do any of that stuff. We don't want to subject you to it. Obviously there's some on YouTube, but we can't avoid that. So thank you for everyone that's made this possible. It really does mean a lot to us. It's really, really special. So I just want to say thank you for this at this Christmas time.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I just wanted to add as well, if you're really enjoying our new content and you kind of like the direction we're going, if you know anyone that would be interested in this new farming, self-sufficiency, homesteading content, please share our channel with them, because we're really trying to find that new audience or reach some new people out there as well. So it would really help us this Christmas if you could share our channel with your friends and family that you think would enjoy what we do.
Yeah, I think word of mouth is the best recommendation, and
Yeah.
we've already had that. Some people have said that they found us that way, and again, that's really, really great. Well, that's it. We're going to cover some kilometres. We've got family to the north of us, about 300 k's. We're going to go up and see them very, very soon.
Yep.
We're going to race back here. We've got animals to look after. We're hoping the new year's going to be amazing. We want it to be amazing for you guys as well.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll try and get a live chat up and running. We don't have the best internet,
Yeah.
but we do want to get that happening
Yeah.
in the new year. So
Yeah.
just stand by, and thank you for being patient with us.
Yeah. And we'll see you in the new year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.